Hey guys, so today we'll be doing a webinar about advancing from an affiliate to a broker and how does this process generally go, what happens, and in general, what do we need to do and be successful doing that, okay? Can you confirm if you can hear my voice? You can just simply write something in the chat. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, let's begin. So essentially, this is a very, very big trip, but we have to understand what a broker is, what they do, and what is the role and the purpose of the affiliate in this whole system. Essentially, there are many reasons why you might need or want to become a broker yourself if you're an affiliate. But I believe that one of the best ones in this case is that you get to keep the revenue, which in case of being an affiliate, you're going to share most of it with the broker, right? So you're going to share, you're going to take some parts, and the broker is going to take another one. So how does the whole system work? Let's look about it from a very broad perspective. Essentially, broker is a mechanism which has the trading platform, which has the backend and everything set up, and the affiliate is going to drive a fuel to this engine. And this engine is going to generate some income, some revenue, and it's going to make some money, correct? So essentially, even though the engine is very important, fuel is as important for you to be able to drive the car, correct? So if we think about it, there are essentially like the two main parts, the traffic and the engine itself. Now, when you're an affiliate, you have already mastered one of the parts, one of the two parts, which is driving the traffic and fueling the engine. And this is very, very important. So there is no broker without the traffic or the users, and therefore the value of the good affiliate cannot be underestimated by any of our brokers, no matter how big the broker is or what they do exactly, but it is very, very important. So what happens is that if you know how to drive the traffic, you just need an engine that you can run yourself. But there are some issues, obviously, because like running a business is not as simple. And therefore, for example, there comes the companies like us who have developed and built the platforms for the brokers, which actually might be useful for the affiliates. And this is how and what we're going to discuss today, how that can be helpful for affiliates, how they can start their journey of being a broker instead of just being one part of it, right? So the process is very simple. So you get to keep the revenue, you get to work for yourself. There essentially will not be any technical knowledge required on your side, and the setup is going to be extremely quick. This will be the main reasons for you to become a broker, besides the fact that you're going to also make a lot of money. So how does it work? Essentially, if you're an affiliate or an introductory broker, you're just going to supply someone else with the traffic, and they're going to generate the money. There are a few issues there. One is that how do they actually handle the users, how they handle the clients. You are more or less dependent on them. That's one. Another issue which typically comes up with being an affiliate is that there is not a lot of clarity at certain points, which actually makes it's very frustrating for most of the people. And they don't have as much control over the platform because they simply just drive the traffic. So if you want to implement certain things and maybe want to develop something and want to have some new features for yourself, you are quite limited in that regard, and you just have to stick with what you have, drive the traffic, and just rely on the broker and just be like, okay, hopefully these guys know what they're doing and they're going to be very profitable. Therefore, I'm going to make some money as well. What happens for example, when you acquire a white label broker? Like, essentially, you get to keep the revenue. That's one, and you're not going to be dependent on certain things that you're dependent in the first case described. What do I mean? Let's pretend that you're going to attract a user to a platform. What benefits, for example, does the broker get? Okay, they're going to, for example, you might be working as a CPA on CPA basis, or might be on a rev share basis. But essentially, what's going to happen is that when you bring a client to a broker, and if they know what they're doing, when they handle the user, a lot of the advertisement, therefore, afterwards is done by the user themselves. This changes many things. It is very hard for you to control and ask for certain payments. For example, if your client or a client that you brought to the broker is going to bring their friends, right? If they're going to refer their friends, they're going to give them just their links or just simply describe, okay, this is the website, just go here and we can just start trading, right? So it changes a lot. And the best advertisement typically is the one that is done by people themselves who are already using the platform, correct? So how does it work? So you're going to spend some money on ads, on creating Instagram reels, on creating content, right? Attract people. And after you're attracting the people, the broker is going to get the benefits. Of course, you're going to get the benefits of them trading when they make a trade, but you aren't going to see any of the revenue that is generated by the friends and the family members that they bring to the platform. Therefore, you might be missing out on a lot. In this regard, when you think about it in that regard, the dynamic changes a lot, because a person that you brought might bring like 2 other people, and it's all of a sudden it's tripled, right? So dynamic is very different. So you get to control the platform. You get to get the most of the out of the money that you invest in the ads, and you're not just going to get like simply money off of one user, which you typically will be in case of being an affiliate. But when you're a broker, you also get the benefits of them calling their friends and just growing this community, right? And then there are many other things. So, for example, if you're working for yourself and for your brand, I believe that it will be, well, I believe that any human being is going to enjoy that more than working for someone else. So that changes a lot. And therefore, you can set certain conditions. You can there won't be any kind of conflicts of interest and many other things. So the main thing, from my perspective, is that when you become a broker, you're going to get most out of the money that you're going to invest for acquiring the client. Therefore, the client acquisition cost is actually might go down for you, and you might get more of the organic traffic, which in case of being an affiliate, you still get a lot of things, a lot of benefits. You still get to make a lot of money, of course, but there's a reason why brokers exist and why they love having affiliates, because they can actually make a lot of money. But when you speak about the brokers, so what we have to make certain distinctions, right? So in typical cases, you are going to be working for the CPA, for the rev share, but how is actually the broker making money? Like what type of brokers are available for you? There are 3 main types when we speak about the CFD brokers. One of them would be the A-book, the hybrid, and the B-book. Now, a difference between those 3 is quite big, especially between the A-book, B-book, and the hybrid, right? So the A-book will be a separate one. The A-book broker, what do? Is that they actually get the clients, right? So they get the users on the platform, but they're not going to handle the trades. They're going to make money just simply off of commissions, spreads, and some markups on deposit withdrawals, all those kind of things, and overnight swaps. Essentially, so it's basically spreads and different commissions for doing certain things on the platform. Now, what does this mean? So depending on the regions where you operate and what your client acquisition cost is, if you're just charging for the commission, essentially if you're just making the markups, you're just charging some commissions, you might not be getting enough out of it. Maybe just breaking even barely, depending on the situation. But typically, it's not the best type of deal for yourself. What do the A-book brokers do? When they get these trades, they're going to let as you can see on the presentation, they're going to let the liquidity providers, which will be like the bigger banks, prime brokers, financial institutions, they're going to let them happen or handle the trades. And what does this mean? So they're going to open a position on the platform, and they're going to transition that position to someone else to handle. They're going to take the risk for it, and the A-book broker is just going to get the money from commissions. However, we must ask ourselves what is the very simple reason behind the banks accepting these positions is that they know that most of the positions will be profitable for them, and they're willing to accept the risk. Yes, so it's about the risk management. Then there is a B-book broker. B-book broker essentially doesn't really let other people or other financial institutions handle the trade. They're going to take themselves the risk that comes with the trade, but by handling the trade, they're actually going to also accept the profits that are going to come with it. And these are the brokers that, if you know how to do it, how to manage the risks, then you're quite safe. And this is the type that you would go for. So you can think of an A-book broker as essentially being an affiliate for bigger banks. And like if you're an affiliate for like a B-book broker, like the A-book is essentially the same one as well for the liquidity providers, to the people or the institutions that they transfer their money to. Okay, and then there is hybrid. Hybrid meaning that they're going to send over some positions to the liquidity providers, and they're going to handle some of them themselves. So it's just a mix between the two. About that, we have covered that. And now let's move to the next part, which is the very important for affiliates, because as human beings, I believe that we can be extremely successful, but we can't be successful in all domains at the same time. What does this mean? So, for example, you can be very good at marketing, but you can't simply be as good at managing the financial broker, right? Because the type of knowledge that is required for the marketing and the technical knowledge that you have to have on the brokerage side are very different. They're from different domains, and you simply might not be able to get the gist of it. But over the time, you might actually develop that as well and become extremely successful. However, that is typically one of the main questions, right? I believe that would be one of the main questions. What's going to happen in that regard? So you're not going to need any technical knowledge in this case. How or what do I mean? So essentially, let's pretend that we already discussed that there's an engine and there is a fuel. Fuel is provided by the affiliates, which is the marketing and driving the traffic. And the engine is a broker itself, where the users come, they serve the users, and they're going to make money, right? Now, what happens is that we are going to provide you the engine, so meaning that you'll have the trading platform. And engine, of course, consists of many different things, but the main ones are the trading platform. Then we can sum up some of the things that are mentioned on the presentation slide, with risk management, meaning that you provide teams like dealing desk, like anti-money laundering departments, and KYC and all those kind of things that are going to manage the risks for the platform. And you're going to also have the billing. So you attract the users. They have the ability to deposit and withdraw the money. There is a trading platform that operates. You get the liquidity, you get the quotes for different assets, and essentially you get the full engine. So what we do is that we provide you with the engine, and then you're going to be an affiliate who already knows essentially what they're doing because you've been in the marketing, you've done the same thing for other people. But in this case, our goal is to offer the affiliates a possibility of doing it for themselves, and that's how they're going to make money. So nothing really changes. You're still going to be doing the same thing, but the platform is going to be yours. Now, what was required for this? Okay, there will be essentially like 3 different packages, and there's like a standard, the turnkey, and the advanced. There are some minor differences between those 3. Well, not minor, but between, for example, turnkey and the advanced. The main difference will be that the affiliate module, the mobile applications, like if you want to have a direct traffic to mobile applications, or would you like to be just using the web browser and the desktop applications, if that's where your traffic is, right? And then the standard one means that, for example, an affiliate of MyRetool, they have some type of website developed. They have the payment solutions prepared. They have their departments for the anti-fraud, for the payment solutions. They have their many things in place, and they just need some, for example, a simple trade room integration, and they're ready to go. Okay, now how is it going to work? So you'll be supplied an engine, a brokerage, and it has to become yours. How does it become yours? It becomes yours by branding. So you'll have to come up with your own logo. You will have the trading tools that are very unique, for example, for yourself, which will be different within certain brokerages, but essentially there will be some similarities, of course, because brokers can't really differentiate much because they're offering the same services. So you'll have your trading tools. You will have your trading different features on your platform. Like, for example, you might want to have the leaderboard. You might want to have tournaments, different things that you might want to attract clients and basically have the ability to market it additionally, which you might not be getting when you are working with with someone else's platform, because their vision of developing the platform might not include something. For example, not all people might want to have the tournaments on their brokerage platforms because they might not view it as something that's very interesting or would be interesting to their clientele. However, some would argue that, okay, it actually provides you with additional information or additional tools that you can provide to the traders, which they can be entertainment. It can be the additional, for example, revenue stream from the platform. You might have like the entry fee set up. So it's a different thing, right? So it's about the vision. And of course, you're going to have your own interface, change different things, and the platform is going to become yours. Now, how is it going to work? So you're going to handle the traffic side, typically, and essentially, we've already discussed that when you handle the traffic, it is very different when you're doing it for yourself and when you are doing it for someone else. The main differentiator factor, once again, is the fact that you bring the clients, and the client acquisition cost that you have might be very different from when you're doing it for someone else. You're going to get them, you're going to get their friends as well that they're going to refer, and essentially you're going to get the full benefits of owning a broker. So you're not just sharing the revenue, you're also getting the benefits of the people, of like 2, 3, 4, 5 people that your user that you provided for the platform is going to attract. And that changes a lot of things. Now, the very interesting side is you'll get, we have a question. Who's handling the dealing side? So the dealing side is provided in the is included in the service, meaning that we have an engine, correct? So we described like the fuel side and the engine side. Essentially, it is part of the engine to manage the risks, and the dealing will be provided as well. So there won't be any issues or the technicals. This is what I mean. Our goal was to deliver a product that is going to fully outsource the need for someone to know any technical things. Like you get the full engine. Obviously, you can see what's going on. You have a clear sights of the platform, like what's going on, exactly what's going on, and you just concentrate on what you're good at, and you let the teams who have been running this type of engines do their job. So nothing really changes. You drive the traffic. On the other side, you get the dealing, the risk management teams, and they're going to do their thing as well. So you get all the benefits from the best from the both worlds, and essentially. We move to the next step. What you will need to keep the clients, I'm pretty sure that you know, but from the technical side, you need to have a few things on the platform. Now, one of the best things is that if we speak about, so there are affiliate modules in the marketing and sales module. So you would need affiliate module to attract the affiliates who are going to attract users to your platform, just like you are working for someone else who is in the beginning stages and are not ready to open their brokerage, or simply don't want or have no interest in running their business, you just want to stay in the marketing side. That's perfect. You can have those people, and in order to offer them the best possible scenarios, and different, for example, the CPA deals, revenue share. So you need an affiliate module to communicate with these people and provide them with the information, so they're actually able to do their job like you are doing yours. So what's going to happen is that you need an affiliate module to get people who are going to, attract users for your platform, affiliates, and then you're going to have the marketing and the sales module. So what's going to happen on the marketing and the sales module is that when the user comes, now you have a responsibility as an owner of a broker to have some things, right? To basically have a greater retention of the clients and the overall lifetime value. How can you do that? There are many ways. But you must have the email notifications, you must have the push notifications to be always in touch with your clients, pop-ups, all those kind of things, right? So you provide them with the information, you always remind them of yourself, of the platform, and you just create a thing or a sense of familiarity, right? Now, when we move to the, let's drill into the affiliate program a bit more. So as an affiliate marketer, you are going to need just not an affiliate module, but what you're going to need essentially in the affiliate module is that ability for the affiliates to be able to see what they're actually doing, right? So they should be able to calculate their cost per acquisition. They should be able to see how many users they've brought, how many, for example, registered, how many have deposited, what are the profits that they're making, all those kind of things, right? So essentially, the easier you make the life of an affiliate, the better they're going to work for you. And there are some things that you must have and allow them to track essentially you're interested in allowing them to track their performance as much as they can, so they can improve themselves, so they can see all the statistics, and therefore they're going to, when they improve themselves, they're going to improve the performance of your platform as well. So there are things that we can't really skip. It's creating a module or a system for coexisting with the affiliates, so they actually like being or simply like working with you, and they want to stay for you or to be working for you. Now, the brokerage business plan. There are many interesting things that we can dwell into this part. Essentially, what we're going to see are some of the numbers that they are very approximate, but we have to take into consideration. It just provides some of the value, some of the things that might be very valuable to you, or at least, hopefully, you'll find at least some value. So there are some setup costs. There are some fees that you have. For example, when we speak about this, let's set up the board, right? Essentially, these numbers, how they're going to work. So if you're already an affiliate, you have the ability to drive the traffic, correct? So if you're going to start a brokerage, you have the engine, you also have the engine from our side, and you have the knowledge for the marketing. This changes the dynamic a lot from the perspective that someone who just has the money and might know how these platforms operate, they have an issue. Is that they can launch the platform, they can invest in the platform and launch it, but they will have to waste or invest a lot of money in order to figure out what actually works in for example, the ad-wise, the client acquisition-wise as well. So it changes a lot. Why? Because if you get the engine and you have been working as an affiliate, you know how traffic to the platform. You just change the direction of this traffic, right? So instead of driving the traffic to someone else, you're just going to drive it for yourself. And you already have this going on. You know what works and what doesn't work. You have defined the pipeline. You know which different ways you can use. Like, for example, if you want to use for example, maybe collaborate with influencers, maybe you want to create some reels, the content on the YouTube, which can provide some knowledge or value to the clients, and they might want to follow your links, all those kind of things. So you know these different methods, and you know what you're good at. You know and you already know how to acquire a certain amount of people. So you know this traffic. Now, what happens and how this changes the whole dynamic is that if you already know that and you're going to launch this platform, you are yourself already in position to attract the clients. Now, that's very good because the beginning will be the hardest part, correct? So you know how to do that. So you're going to have an easier start compared to someone who doesn't really know what they're doing, and they just have to figure out the marketing side by themselves by making a lot of mistakes, by acquiring the data, which is essentially going to cost them time and money, right? Because they'll need like a few months to figure out, okay, this doesn't work and this works. And then they just have to push it, push what works. But you already do. You're not going to waste some time and money on that, and it gives you a head start. So these numbers are very different for someone who actually doesn't know. So if someone doesn't know and they have to, for example, pay the affiliates and find the affiliates, they are going to have different numbers, but we still have them. But you yourself are also an affiliate. You know how it works, and essentially it creates a different dynamic. You are going to attract the clients yourself, and you're also going to pay other affiliates, which will change many things, because the trader count is going to increase way faster in that case than if you're just starting from zero with zero marketing knowledge, or marketing knowledge in a different field, which will still require you some time to apply in this industry as well. So essentially, you're going to have the payments for affiliates. You're going to have the traders that they're going to generate some P&L or the profit for the platforms, right? And you're going to have some fees. So let's say you have the P&L of 30K USD. You are going to pay some different fees for the platform for many different things, and you're going to have to pay the affiliates. Essentially, you're just going to, let's say, get like around 8K profit, and you're going to have the cash flow of minus 42K. Why is it minus 42K? Because essentially setting up the platforms, all those kind of things, creating mobile applications, affiliate modules, the platform, many different things is going to cost you money. So you're in the first month, if you get like around this amount of traders, you're going to be minus 42K, right? Now, in the second month, these people are still going to be staying on the platform. You're even going to get even more clients. So you're still paying the affiliates. You're getting more affiliates. So this essentially you add the affiliates, right? So your costs increase, and what's going to happen is that you have a bit more P&L because your platform has been running for a month. You're getting more clients, and once again, if you calculate, it's around 22K right here. It's 10K here. And you're generating around 55K, which is for around 200 users, right? Then you are going to have the profit of the 23K. right? So it's around 32K right here, 55K minus 32K, it's around, we get around 23K profit. So from the point that we have invested, and we don't really know a lot, and we're just still managing to get some traffic, we are still trying to get our initial investment out, and we are on the second month around minus 19K. However, we have to keep in mind that if you are working yourself as an affiliate and you are not really like paying some other affiliates, like these numbers are going to change, because if you are already bringing the customers yourself and you're also paying, for example, the other affiliates, these numbers of the FTDs or the traders that you're going to have are going to be very, very different, right? So you might advance extremely fast. So it changes a lot. This is why I believe that the affiliates are the best people who are in the best position to start the brokerages, simply because of the fact that they know how to drive the traffic, and they're typically wasting time and money for someone to figure out that part in the beginning is the hardest part. And they're just going to skip that one because they have figured it out by themselves on someone else's platform. That puts you in a very, very profitable and extremely comfortable position. In the third month, you get even more users. The idea is the same. You generate even more P&L, let's say around 80K, minus 42K from the fees, from payments to affiliates, and you're already making around 38K. And with that in mind, like you are already like making some money from the point that you invested. So like the amount that you've invested in the platform, like the 50K, let's say initially, it can be a bit less. I'm just saying the numbers. It's going to change dynamic, right? So you're already out from your investment, so you have some returns, and you're already in a very good position. You've made some money, and you have advanced. Because from this point on, you can be very confident you have like conquered the hardest part of starting the business. You have attracted clients, and you know how to grow. Let's say that from this point on, you're not growing as fast, but you still maintain the amount of users. You're adding some more people, but this will be very different based on your skills and your knowledge on driving the traffic. And essentially, you're already making the money. So it's 37K for the payments for the affiliates, for the, let's say, some maintenance, all those kind of things. So we are just discussing the worst case scenarios, right? So you're paying for that, and you're just generating some money on the platform, and you're still making some money, right? It's around 46K, and the cash flow already, as we can see, is we're up 65K, and we're just basing off these numbers that are not extremely, let's say, they're not really hard to achieve, I believe, for someone who knows how to drive the traffic, because there are guys who can actually bring like around maybe 1K to 500 people in a month, but that varies for different people. Now, we have the 43K, and essentially the idea is the same. So the payments to affiliates, you have the payments for the affiliates, you have certain fees, you're adding the fees, and you are just, if you look at the numbers, even if you add the fees, the monthly payments that you might have, you add the payments to affiliates, all those kind of things, and you're still generating the P&L, and you're still adding even more profit. So in the end, let's say at this 6-month period time, you started, you figured out how to market the platform, you're getting some clients, beginning was harsh. Let's say after half a year, you invested 50K and you are already up 151. So there's that. Now we can just look at the brokerage business plan, meaning that some of the affiliates or some of the people might not be working alone. So these are just some of the numbers that they might want to show to their investors. For example, like the profitability index, like how much they're going to get out per $1 they invest, and different kind of statistics. But totally, as we saw, the total net profit around approximately in the 6-month period time will be 151K. Okay, so in this on this side, we can see how it's going to change. Essentially, the cumulative expenditures that we have are growing, and they're not going to grow as rapidly as the user base. Hopefully. And what does this change is that it's not going to add a lot more, because you're going to invest around 50K USD, and then you're going to invest more and more, for example, to attract the different affiliates, the different people who can actually market. You might be running the affiliate and the marketing systems and the ads yourself. So you'll be investing in growing the business, but the hardest part, I believe, would be around the first 2 months for someone who doesn't really know what they're doing. Now, if we take into consideration the fact that some of the affiliates or the affiliates know how to drive traffic, once again, these numbers will be quite different because you know how to drive traffic. You can redirect the traffic that you already have from one broker to yours, and then you can attract other affiliates to help you out with that. So you're going to pay them out from the P&L generated, but you're going to keep the P&L that you generate yourself to yourself, correct? But there's also the system that what we have to take into consideration, once again, all the people that you are going to attract and all the people that the other affiliates are going to attract. If you provide them with a good experience on the platform, what's going to happen is that they're going to tell their friends, they're going to do the marketing for you. And if you have, let's say, 100 people or 500 people, and they're actually enjoying, how rapidly it grows, it will be very different for different brokers, but the numbers are going to be a bit astounding in a way, because if you have 500 people and they enjoy the trading, even if one of them, at least if they bring at least one other people to the platform, like the number doubles, right? So the marketing and the effort and the investment that you put into these type of people or the clients is essentially then replicated by the clients themselves if they like and enjoy the experience, which is very important, because then the client acquisition cost goes very, very low compared if you just get the client, they just don't like the platform, they're just going to invest, they might not enjoy the experience, they will not be, okay, what is this platform? Something is very laggy, there are delays, there are constant something changes, I don't like it, they'll leave. On the other hand, if they like the experience, it is very simple to use, let's say, it's very user-friendly, and they just like to spend time there and trade there instead of somewhere else. They tell their friend or two, and that's already, let's say, halves the money that you put into that client, right? So the client acquisition cost then becomes very, very low compared to what it used to be. And you're going to get all these benefits if you have your own broker. Otherwise, you're just bringing a client to someone else, and then this client might bring a friend or two, and then you're going to miss out on most of the profit that the broker is going to make. Next part is going to be some of the things. For example, what we offer, what is the typical offering in the system. Our offering is a bit unique in a way that we provide a full service, meaning that we provide a trading platform, we provide the risk management, meaning that you will have the dealing desk, as we mentioned, you're going to have the anti-fraud department, you're going to have the KYC, you're going to have many different things. Essentially, what you'll just need to do is just drive the traffic. Now, typically how it works is that you find a vendor for the platform. You're going to set up the platform for yourself. Then you're going to pay for mobile applications. You're going to have some monthly payments for mobile applications and the setup or the trading platform itself. And then if you're going to go, for example, for the ebook, you're going to have you're going to be paying for the volume that is being traded, right? So you also are going to have to buy the CRM, integrate it to the platform, which is going to take typically at least a few months in the best case scenario. And then you're going to have to integrate them. You're going to have to find the liquidity providers and integrate them. You're going to get the quotes for them, etc., etc. All those kind of things is going to cost you money. For example, the infrastructure that you have to host, for example, for the AWS is going to cost you around $1,500 per month. And then you're going to have the dealers, which are going to manage the risk, and it's going to essentially cost you around $16K. These are approximate numbers. They can be lower, they can be a bit higher, a bit lower, but this is typically where they are around. And then you're going to have the KYC, which you have to do for every client that registers on your platform, and just check if they're simply able to or not to be trading on your platform. And you're going to also have to hire the customer support. Now, how it works is that because we provide everything in the same place, we can offer the prices and no charge, for example, the monthly payments for the CRM, for the PSPs, for the liquidity, because that's not essentially it's simply included in package, and we sell it all together because we've developed it, and there won't be any need for you to go and search for different things on the market. So why Quadcode? Simply because of the numbers of the brands that we have launched. We've been on the market for quite a while. You can check out some of the brands that we have. They were in the beginning slides. I believe that this presentation is going to upload it, and you can check them out. Essentially, our offering is very simple. We provide the full service white label solution, which is going to handle everything on the brokerage side. So there will be no technical knowledge required on your side. we are just looking for people who know how to drive traffic, and we just want to provide them with our services because we know what we're good at, and we know who we need to find in order to make the engine work, because it doesn't work itself. That's pretty much it. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask them. Here is a QR code. If you need any kind of additional information, you can just drop me a line, and someone, maybe me or someone else, is going to get in touch and answer any additional questions. But for now, if you have anything while I'm here, please go ahead. Everything is clear. Thank you very much for your attendance. If you have or any kind of questions come up, please feel free to scan the QR code. Yep, and we can get in touch. Thank you a lot, and have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.